We're up 7 days a week. The France that works, the France that creates wealth.
Hello everyone, I'm in Lyon with Christophe, whom you know. Sorry, I've lost my voice. This will be a half-voice report. Christophe, how are you?
Bad.
Is that true, always?
We try to get around this city as best we can, and every time we watch people moving around, we realize that everything is done to impose restrictions on us.
Yes, now we'll visit several shopkeepers, including Ali. We remember Ali, who runs a bakery in Bron and is struggling. Guys, it's unbelievable. I really want to go see him again to find out how he and his brother are doing. They have a gold mine. A small business that is doing very, very well, serving a lot of people with its parking lot, and is about to close. Is that right?
Exactly. This business is an oasis in the middle of construction chaos. He's an independent like you'd wish to meet more often. He's truly a wonderful guy who works with his heart, with passion. You've already seen him in the previous report, and we need people like him. He's one of those independents who are disappearing one after another in silence and indifference. And today, if I'm taking you to see him again, it's also because for me, he truly represents what business should be, which is the wealth of our cities.
And the harm that politicians can do?
The harm politicians can cause and the sometimes questionable construction work, people will tell you about it. We're not even sure these construction works are useful, but we're going to see him, we love him, and we're going to help. And we're going to do everything in our power to help him get through this ordeal.
We're currently renovating. This is classic Lyon. Construction everywhere. Here we are at Maison Panot Bakery. All right, let's go check it out. Ali, hello. Hello, how are you?
Well, listen, it could be better.
Since the last time?
Yeah, unfortunately, well, listen, we still have major problems with this famous Citrali metropolis.
To start over from the beginning, what's going on? We want to build a bike lane and 2 bus lanes next to your business.
For me, the problem is that I bought a place here that's 89 square meters. In 2015, and it was stated in the local urban plan that there would be a 2-meter setback. We only agreed to take 2 meters, that's what we signed for. In 2019, the local urban plan was changed without even notifying us. We found out through the urban planning office. And so when they changed the plan, for us it was a real blow because we had already started some work. We were about to open soon. When we started the work, it was a shock for us. We were told that now the area, it was 5.5 meters, so...
Was it 2 meters more?
It was more meters. While we did some work, we did everything. We were close to opening, just a few months away from opening. And they tell us it's 5 meters 50. What more do you want me to say about that?
5 meters 50? They're demolishing your building today.
They're tearing down our building. They're taking 40% of the parking lot that I currently have exclusive use of. So they're still taking away part of my revenue. The business just won't be viable anymore, plain and simple. And above all, they're not giving me any concrete solutions. So they're just making us believe things. A lot of talk, a lot of people making videos about us, which are often false, telling stories. Who say that? Like, for example, look here in my hands, I have a study by Estelle Ponce that is a bailiff. There you go, which says that, as you can see, 80% of the vehicles are parked in my parking lot. Here is the study, it's right in front of you.
So actually, it was a bailiff who stayed in front of the parking lot.
Who is sworn in? It's the bailiff who...
And who counted the number of cars that...
Who did the counting?
Who passed by?
Here are the counts for cars, pedestrians, and bikes.
The number of customers who stop by car and the number of customers who come on foot.
See, he even took photos.
He took photos and discovered that 80% of your customers arrive by car.
80%. I'm ready to say, Citral, let's do a study together. Just come here in person. It's easy to talk in the studios. It's easy to say that you're right, that some people make fake videos because they're more for ecology. We're not against ecology. You have 2 employees who come by bike. I ride a bike and enjoy it. It's normal and important, but it shouldn't harm our businesses. We need to find concrete solutions and above all, sit down around the table. And I'm ready to come on a television set with Citral in front of me. I'll bring all my documents. I'll bring my certificate of compliance for the building permit. I'll bring everything. And we'll talk.
What do they actually tell you?
They don't tell us much. They don't tell us much. That's how it's going to be. We were in the negotiation phase. We were negotiating. We asked them quite a few questions. I have some questions here. We sent them a letter about the loss of our revenue, about our employees who will end up unemployed, about how are you going to reorganize the shop, the manufacturing area, the parking lot. And behind all that, they made us a first offer, which later got worse. Well, I'm not going to tell you the amount because honestly, it's insulting. It's not even, honestly, it's incomprehensible. And on top of that, Citral communicates, says things on television shows, but let them come with us on those shows. Let me bring my documents and let them bring theirs. And we'll discuss it with our lawyer. That way, everyone will know what's really going on. Because there are videos going around saying that we're only going to be about 15% of the total area, when it's actually 40%. They're taking over 300 meters from my 700 meter plot, which I have exclusive use of. And today, since I have a lot of customers who come by car, as you can see, look, my parking lot is full. I have a lot of customers, just like firefighters, municipal police, motel staff, ambulances, taxis, and others. It's all coming to an end.
Okay, so here we are in front of the bakery. It's right there. I'm going to show you what they're going to tear down. Because actually, that's where it's going to happen. Here, we're behind the bakery. Some construction has started here, possibly related. This is where they'll tear down. So you see here, you can see that the road ends here, the sidewalk starts here. So from here on, initially, they were going to take 2 meters, so about this much here. So the sidewalk, actually, that was the size of the sidewalk. And in the end, they're going to take 5.5 meters. So actually, they're going to go up to maybe even farther than the gate that's there. So they're going to break there. So the width of the avenue will be like this. So there will be 2 bus lanes, a bike highway, and a car lane, if I understood correctly. And it's going to come up to here, right? About up to the gate, or maybe even a bit further. And so they're obviously going to have to tear down the building there and cut into the parking lot. The whole customer area of Ali's building will be gone. Hello, sir?
Hello?
Tell me, what are you doing here?
Well, listen to me. I'm a client of Ali. And as a client, I'm here to support him because I know the serious difficulties he's been put in by this BHNS construction site. A bakery is an extremely important social place, and it's a social place that's at the heart of a neighborhood. But in this project, the idea of the neighborhood has been completely left out of the overall thinking about the route of the BHNS and the route of a bike lane. And that's a shame because in the end, when it comes to urbanization, the first area, the area where there should be social ecology, the first area is the neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, especially the businesses, the restaurants, the bars, the hairdresser, the pharmacy, the baker, they are the ones who bring the neighborhood to life. They are gathering points, meeting points, places for exchange. And now all of that is being disregarded. That is when we go to make a change. Well, the first thing to do before you start digging to see what's underneath, to lay the networks and so on, the first thing to do is to figure out what we're taking apart and how we're going to try to rebuild it, ultimately in a better way. But here we're doing everything backwards. We've already dug. And then you have to take a parking lot. Well, a parking lot, who cares? But no, the parking lot actually does matter. It's through the parking lot that people get to the bakery. It's through the parking lot that he'll be able to make his revenue, that he'll be able to make a living with his employees and so on. So that's just absurd. And as a local resident and as a customer of Ali, I think it's really a shame. And it's a waste of social energy, of a shared well-being that's meant to bring satisfaction. What, really? The BHNS. The BHNS will take the same amount of time as the C25 does today.
What's the BHNS? Is it the new bus?
It's the high-level service bus. That's the one that goes there. That's the one that's going to go there. Basically, we're not against having main roads, but I would have preferred if there was a tram. It was a bit less wide and it's much more practical, even if the investment is a bit more expensive. But well, they chose a high-level service bus. Why not? They added the bike lane, then the sidewalk, and now they want landscaping. That's all very good. But what are we destroying? What are we destroying? That's the first question we need to ask ourselves. And they didn't ask themselves that. When we're interested in the neighborhood, we're also interested in the businesses and what makes life here. But behind the neighborhood, there are families who are affected. There are people who are affected. And the compensation will never repair the moral damages they have caused. And when we do social ecology, that's the first thing we need to do. The metropolis is about balancing general and private interests. The general interest should come first, but we shouldn't act carelessly. The general interest is, as they often say, to calm things down, to make sure that everyone has the ability to express themselves. So actually, when you start a transformation, you have to start by working with the people who use the neighborhood, not the street or town, just the neighborhood. Look here, we have two towns, we have Villeurbanne, we have Braun. It doesn't make sense to have two towns for this issue. The people here, the pharmacy is right across, the bakery is right across. They're as thick as thieves. It's not because one is in Villeurbanne and the other in Braun. It's the same neighborhood. They live the same life with the same people. That's what matters. That's social ecology. And that's what's a shame, but we didn't know how to do it. And as a result, we break lives, and that's a shame.
Toki, hello.
Hello.
So Christophe absolutely wanted me to see you because you're dealing with the concrete stuff. You're working on the files. You have the files in hand. That's good. Look, show it. Yes, look, don't worry. This is going to last 2 hours. Toki's interview will last 2 hours. There's a lot of material. No, I'm kidding. We'll summarize. Because actually you're talking about
What's happening at the service level?
what's happening right there. So actually, they're doing all this work. They're going to tear down Ali's bakery to set up a bus service.
A high-level service bus?
High-level service.
That's right. What really gets our attention and where we have specific questions is that, so this bus is supposed to connect the La Pardieu neighborhood to the Seip Chemin neighborhood in Arbronne.
Does it make sense for traffic?
Well, that's where we have some doubts, and that's where we have our questions. Why? First, because it's a project that costs 250 million euros. The investigating commissioner's files clearly show that.
All right.
Here, we have the figure of 254 million euros.
254.9 million euros. Update for 2025. Project side, investment and operation.
And here, I would say we're being a bit cautious and we're asking ourselves some questions. The thing is, in reality, the argument that's being put forward is the performance of the bus. And what's interesting is that from the very beginning of the project, there were two routes that were considered. One that went through Avenue Félix IV and one that went through Avenue Georges Pompidou. And actually, at the end of this comparative study, well, it was demonstrated, and this is also a document from Citral, that the Félix IV route was more restrictive than the Georges Pompidou route.
Analysis found traffic diversions were worse with the Félix Fort option than with Pompidou. Therefore, based on the study, Pompidou should have been selected.
Most likely. And so here they're clearly telling us that on Félix Fort there's a detour that reduces performance.
A detour that reduces performance? Bus lanes, actually.
Exactly. A significant local disturbance on Félix Fort, whereas here...
There aren't any? Very few disturbances?
Exactly.
5 major intersections.
The other project had 4.
All right.
So for us, there's no problem. If it's efficient, I say excellent, all the better.
Efficient how? Do you mean moving more passengers faster from point A to B?
Exactly. The goal, according to them, is 25 minutes from Pardieu to 7 roads. So we wonder if performance was really the goal, if that was really what they wanted, why didn't they choose that option? And that's why we have a lot of questions.
Is this the most inefficient route, the one going through here?
So that's the Junas Road. But a little further on, Félix Fort Avenue was chosen over Georges Pompidou.
Which was less restrictive.
Which was less restrictive.
Why this choice? Maybe there are unknown reasons?
That's what they say.
I like it because here, we're really getting into the heart of the matter, into the tough stuff.
Here's the document, what it says exactly.
The feasibility study kept the Félix Fort Avenue option, despite it being less favorable. This choice aims to limit light vehicle transit between the east and west sides of the railway tracks. The reason for this choice is to restrict the transit routes. What does that mean? Restrict the transit routes?
It means that fewer cars can pass, I think so. Maybe later we'll have to.
They chose the option that most affects the cars?
I feel like it. But we're for mobility. We want to be able to move forward. But if we focus on performance, I think it's a shame that we didn't choose the option that was the most efficient and could have had the best result. That's it, quite simply. So the other thing is that...
It's very clear now?
The other thing is that on the high-level service bus lane, the BHNS, particularly on Avenue Félix Fort, on some segments, the bus runs on the same lane as our cyclist friends, and the cyclists use the bus lane. So the frequency they mention will be from 7 to 10 minutes. We still think it will be hard to maintain because if a bus is behind a cyclist, what will it do? Is it going to hassle them? Is it going to honk at them to keep its schedule? The other question we have, and I think it's completely legitimate. The thing is, there was actually a bus 25, that used to do exactly this same route. Bus 25 once ran this route too. During rush hour, it did it in, if you look here, 33 minutes.
20 stops?
And when you're off peak, it's
29 minutes during off-peak hours. 20 stops?
So we ask and raise the question, is it 250 million euros? Was it worth it for a gain of 8 minutes in one case and 4 minutes in the other? Knowing that we are told there will be budget restrictions, that we have to use funds sparingly, steadily and wisely as well. And we simply ask ourselves, wouldn't it have been better to invest that money elsewhere? In schools, in hospitals?
In the justice system, in the police?
In the justice system, in the police, whatever you want.
So it's really those buses that are going to pass by, and on top of that, they're going to destroy this bakery.
And on top of that,
They're going to tear it down?
they're going to shave down the baker's bakery just so they can fit the whole traffic plan in.
For an 8-minute improvement from one point to another?
8 minutes gained from one point to another during rush hour,
During peak hour?
and during off-peak hours, 4 minutes,
But no, and 250 million euros?
and 250 million.
Ali's Bakery, all this work they do for everyone just to save 8 minutes on a bus.
There you go.
We have to talk about reality. There is still a certain turnover. There are 10 employees, 3 apprentices. Me, I don't want to lose all that, and I don't want after that, because the problem is, where is it? It's that citral, it's like an iron ball that wants to crush the earth ball. Actually, they say things, but they don't take responsibility for anything. That's the problem. That's what I blame them for, and it's really a shame. Personally, I would prefer them to be allies. I don't want them to be my enemies. When the parking lot is gone tomorrow, all the shopkeepers will be gone too. You see what I mean? It's a shame there aren't many bakers like that anymore who make everything themselves. Why is the cold room outside? Because we receive butter by the pallet, because we receive our fruits and vegetables by the pallet. All of that gives us a richness. And unfortunately, because of a big guy who's going to crush us and doesn't give us any solution, well, we're going to end up as usual with unemployment, with a deficit, with premises that will be abandoned, unfortunately. And that's sad. It bothers me. Find us a solution, Citral. Honestly, stop crushing me, please. I'm asking you to help me, not to sink me. That's it, quite simply.
Okay, quite simply, it's not that simple.
Yeah, it's not that simple.
Ali, I'd really like to visit there. Well, we haven't really visited.
Come on, are you coming? You'll see. The production's fine.
Honestly, let me say that I ate here and it's delicious. I ate here twice. Look, it's homemade. The pastry there, I resisted the temptation to eat a pastry.
We're going to come for the visit.
All right, here we go.
It's not very big here.
No, but I figured there's a small desk. At least there's a small desk.
We try to do our job. We have our bills, our stuff. We try to pay. That's it.
There's even a tiny camera for that. Is it filming this?
For the shop to see the customers. So, because I do a bit of everything. I do manufacturing. I handle paperwork. I clean the toilets. I do the parking. I do everything.
All right.
That's my job here. That's it. Now we're heading to the lab where my bro works.
Oh yeah, that's your brother?
That's my brother. You know him, Abdel.
Hey Abdel, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
It's nice to see the workers there.
So here, this is the pastry section.
All right.
Here we make the pastries. We have a young pastry chef, Adrian, with his 2 apprentices working here. Adrian has been here for 5.5 years, so he's young. He came here. When he started working with us, he had just finished his CAP, and after that, he started to grow. He bought an apartment, he bought a car, he's living his life,
So he still counts on you, right?
Yeah, if he bought an apartment, he must have a loan to pay.
Of course.
Do you understand?
Of course, but it's...
So today,
all of that is being called into question. All that, of course.
it's a pressure that's put on me. And today, as a business owner, when you have an employee, you have to try to listen to them, to help them, to try to, you understand, and to maintain their position. And above all, keep the team together. Well, yes, because he's a pillar in the team. He makes amazing pastries. That's rare for his age. A guy who gets up at 3:30 in the morning to be at his post by 4, that's become rare these days.
Of course.
Finding a pastry chef was a real struggle for us, especially since it's still a tough job.
Very demanding, yeah.
Very demanding. You have to work on weekends, you have to get up early, you can't be afraid to stay on your feet. And all that means that today we have a great team that we don't want to lose. And we have customers who are very satisfied with our products and our business. And we would really like that to last, for it to continue. And above all, behind all that, we have debts that we still need to finish paying off. Just in equipment, you can see around you, there is 400 euros worth of equipment.
No, but because there are some crazy fridges, there are...
The oven, just the oven alone is worth 70,000 euros. That's just the oven.
Me? I'd really like to see the oven there.
There you go. You'll see the oven. We'll take a tour of the lab. Here, do you have an automatic dishwasher?
Oh, yeah?
So Martinon, a French company that sells equipment and supplies for bakeries, restaurants, and everything.
Are there French people who do that?
That's right. Yes, exactly. So this is a French product, you see?
So what is it? What is it actually? Does it work here?
Yes, it works. These are dishwashing sinks.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
She's doing the dishes. So there you go.
That's amazing.
It's an automated product designed for convenience. The employee won't wash dishes by hand, especially with so many dishes here.
So it's basically a professional dishwasher, right?
Professional, that's right. Each night we drain and clean it, then use it again the next day.
Huge.
There you go.
And then that must be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that's worth a lot of money. It really is. And it's the debts we have on our backs now that we'll have to pay back.
I can't close it. Wait, is it fixed?
No, to close it, you have to.
You can tell I'm used to this, right? Yeah, I'm a bakery worker.
Here, this is a negative cold room. Here's a freezer. This is where we store all our products and so on. Here are the fridges where we store our pastries.
All right.
Did you see the beautiful apple pies? Ah, with apples. So today it becomes a sweet from 84. Vanilla bean custards.
Look at that, Thomas.
Here's custard with vanilla beans. Didn't you have custard earlier?
No, I didn't try it, but I love it. And Thomas doesn't like it, right? You don't like custard, Thomas?
I love it.
So here's the custard tart made by our dear pastry chefs. Puff pastry, pure butter, and pastry cream. There you go.
Please, simply please.
Here we have everything that's puff pastry. You saw it. These are the croissants. We're rolling croissants this afternoon. Not chocolate or raisin, but apple turnovers. We're going to...
For tomorrow?
For tomorrow?
Are you rolling them this afternoon for tomorrow?
For tomorrow, here you go. Some is done, we'll finish the rest.
Let me see the part that's been done.
The part that's been done is right here.
Look, this is a croissant in the process of being made.
You see, there's not a single one that looks like the other.
Yeah?
You can tell they were hand-rolled because they don't look alike.
Yeah, and is that rare?
Oh, that's rare now, yes.
Oh yeah?
80% or 75 of French bakeries no longer bake their own pastries. Oh yes. You see, it's big industrial companies that make their pastries now.
Actually, the resellers, the bakers in France.
Unfortunately, many.
Oh, really?
A lot, yeah.
You do pastry and everything else?
We make everything from raw ingredients, including chocolate. You saw that?
Oh yeah, I see.
We receive the raw material, we do everything.
Wow.
We make everything.
And that's rare?
We make things, but it's become rare, yeah. A bakery, for starters, that makes its pastries with sourdough, pure butter. I'll show you the Campina butter. Sure, it's French butter, Campina.
I want to see everything. I do.
You'll see everything. You're right. You'll go into the room. You're absolutely right. We work a lot with France phrases. It's a big French company. There's a lull with France phrases. There's a bit of metro. I help out with those metros. And there's another company. It's Disprodal.
All right.
It's the Disprodal family, a father and son who started a French company that's now huge.
So you really tried to be as local as possible?
Possible. I also work with Maréchal Fraîcheur. I work with, like Christophe told you earlier. Bro, he's a farmer. We get a lot of lettuce from him. That's him. By the way, our popular bagnat sandwiches sell very well. And we also make fresh salads you've tried.
Yeah, it's amazing.
There you go. We're focused on using local, fresh products. And honestly, sincerely, we're doing great.
Oh, that's nice.
We're doing great.
That sentence makes us happy. We're working well.
You should come interview our clients sometime. You'll see this weekend. They're happy, they say, but how do you stay on your feet all week? We're on our feet 7 days a week. France that works, France that creates wealth, France that wants to move forward, that wants to pay taxes so this country can get back on its feet. That's our goal. Our goal is for us to get back on our feet and for all of us to be together. And for all those who don't want to work, we'll find a solution for them. We're here to work and move forward. We have a beautiful country and want that to continue, that's all. So here, as I explained to you, this is the pastry section. Here's the catering where all the sandwiches are made. And here we have the viennoiserie section. So we have an intern here today who's learning the trade and rolling chocolate croissants. That's it, quite simply. He's rolling chocolate croissants that will be for tomorrow.
That's amazing. Honestly, Ali, I've never seen this. How do you make a chocolate croissant?
It's simple, yes. Chocolate croissant. Look, go ahead, show me. You have chocolate sticks like this. There you go. You take your chocolate croissant, excuse me. There you go. Go ahead. So we put 3 chocolate sticks. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And you roll it. I've reached the end. Your chocolate croissant is rolled.
And then, do you put it in the oven?
Not yet.
No.
You put it in the panem. You put it in the panem. It will have some fermentation time. It will rise. Oh, really? Then we bake it. It's simple.
All right. So how long will it ferment?
Well, we started at 9 p.m. At 4 in the morning, it's risen, so it takes 7 hours. It's a slow fermentation.
Okay, and
We don't boost it. Since we put sourdough in our products, we let the fermentation happen slowly.
all right.
There you go.
And does it taste different then?
Oh, it's nothing like it.
Oh yeah?
Oh, it's nothing like that. Oh, that's got nothing to do with it. And my pain au chocolat, you can eat it over 2 days. My croissant, you can eat it over 2 days.
Oh yeah? Because when there are croissants, pain au chocolat, by the end of the day, that same evening, they're already all dry.
Yeah, it's all dry because it's margarine, not butter. Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Margarine is disgusting. It's a product that destroys you, your stomach, your palate, everything. It's not good. We'll use butter and visit the bakery first. You'll see the organic section. We have organic specials. We make traditional French baguettes and we make different kinds of bread. I'll show you around and you'll see. So here, as I explained to you, this is the pastry section. Here we have a rondo dough sheeter. This dough sheeter costs 25,000 euros.
So what does that mean? What is that?
So this is for rolling out the dough. We roll out the dough, we do our folding, we incorporate the butter inside, we close it up, and then we do single turns and double turns. There you go. That's how you get the layers. That's what creates the layers.
All right, okay.
So every time the dough with the butter inside gets pressed and goes through, it stretches it out. And then we do the folds. We close it like a book. And if you want, that makes the turns. It's that simple.
All of that is worth.
That's why it's called that position is called the toureur. All right, there you go. That's the tourer's position.
And there, do you have someone specifically for that? Or can it be any one of you?
We're all a bit of everything. You know, we're all over the place.
Except for the pastry chef. The pastry chef. He's the pastry chef.
He's the pastry chef.
What about the rest? Is everyone on the team versatile?
We're versatile. We do some pastry, viennoiserie, and bread rotating tasks.
All right.
We fill any gaps, which makes this company strong, so both managers handle various tasks.
The managers, that's you and your brother.
My brother and I, that's right.
You know how to do a bit of everything.
We know how to do everything.
So you can control pretty much everything.
Of course, and that's the goal. There has to be...
Of course, otherwise it doesn't work. It's like me controlling, like Thomas is on fire.
He seems nice, Thomas.
Because I myself have framed.
All right?
Of course.
You don't.
You didn't know? I did it all myself.
So there you go. Then we move on to the bakery part. So there you go. So earlier we talked about the oven. It's an oven Matador. Wow.
That's the machine, that is.
That's a war machine, that is. That's the oven we bought. Brand new, 70,000 euros. So you can imagine on 70,000 euros how much is in value-added tax. There's 14,000 euros in value-added tax. So there you go. Today it's running 7 days a week. So we have to do 1 or 2 maintenance checks a year. Because, yes.
Are all the floors taken?
All the floors.
7 days a week?
7 days a week, all the floors. We bake everything. We bake our pastries, our breads, our puff pastries, everything. We bake everything here, knowing that we make our macarons, we make our choux pastry, we make everything here. All of that goes through the oven. So yeah, it's quite a...
Actually, it's almost like the quantities, honestly, it's not industrial, but you still make large quantities.
It's really, really large quantities. Yeah, oh yeah, you have to go for it. When you have 10 guys, you have to make them work, you have to go for it, and you have to put in quality if you want, so that the customer comes, buys, enjoys themselves, and above all, can find parking. Because without a car, he won't buy any cake. I don't know many bikes that come to buy cakes from me, unfortunately.
I haven't personally seen any bikes stop by.
I haven't seen any bikes. How long have you been here today? 2 or 2.5 hours? There are no bikes. There are just the 2 bikes belonging to my employees. So that's it. Next, here we have a church, and here we have cold rooms. That's it.
What's that?
Cold room to store our baguettes.
It smells good.
Smells good. It smells like bread. Yeah, sourdough bread. Here you go. Bread and baguettes will bake soon. So we bake throughout the day, morning, noon, and evening. So whenever there's a need to bake, we bake. We take bread out all day long. We try to have fresh bread all day. That's it, quite simply. And alongside that, you have your dough pieces. So each dough piece weighs 3.5 kilos, and that's for making baguettes. There are 10 baguettes per dough piece. That's it. So we have a working method. We work with sourdough. We use the paneo trade method. That means we knead our dough, if you like, and then we divide it. We let them rise at room temperature for 20 minutes, then put them in the oven. So our breads don't rest on the couch all night.
All right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we make our dough, put it on a tray. The next day we divide it and send it straight to the oven.
So what is that? Would you say it's closer to a more traditional method?
More traditional and more natural.
So you want to work like the old timers? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's it.
With modern machines?
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, you can really see the quality of the product, because today when you work with noble ingredients like sourdough, you can immediately see the quality.
And what about prices and margin?
For example, my baguette has always been €1 since I started.
No way.
It hasn't changed. And how do you do it? I work hard, I spend hours so I don't have to pay another baker who is unfortunate, but I stay here to offer good food at fair prices. But unfortunately, given the price of raw materials like chocolate and butter, which keep going up all the time. But what about the baguette? I fight with my supplier, with the flour mill, to be able to keep this margin so that everyone can afford to buy their bread. The baguette and the croissant, they're basic products, for people in need. We try. I've always done that. For example, my miller wants me to raise it to €1.10. I do everything I can to keep it at €1 for your customers. For my customers and myself, they'll say, the baker keeps his baguette at €1, so we'll go to him. You know what I mean? So it's important to me. But you, honestly, sincerely, how much do you actually pay yourself? How much do you pay yourself at the end of the month? I pay myself a net salary of €1,800. €1,800 net, I can show you.
Yes, I believe you, but for how many hours?
I don't track my hours. My priority is saving my business today, not making money. What I want is to save my company. I want to save my business. I want to pay my debts and get through this. Because the day it closes, that's when the decline will start. That's when the suffering will begin. That's why today I prefer not to take too much money as a salary and to optimize my debts, meaning to pay them off quickly rather than finding myself tomorrow with huge debts. And behind that, we have a baker who makes us bread. Beautiful sourdough baguettes, look crispy. A beautiful French baguette, crispy like this. Did you see that?
Wow, just the noise, the sound.
Yes, the sound of the baguette, it's crunchy, it's sourdough. We're going to open it. You'll see, it's full of holes. These are baguettes. Can you open one for us, please?
Yeah, of course.
Come on, open a nice baguette for us.
Hello.
We have Viennois for tomorrow, Viennois. So these are Viennois. This is the organic section. So here, all the bags of flour are organic. We have cereal, we have organic corn, we have whole wheat, we have stone ground flour, and we have a delivery coming tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a big delivery of flour. And all of that is going to be a pile here. We remove the old ones, place them on the new ones, and record everything. Now I'll show you the baguette. Opening the baguette then, how do you open a baker's baguette?
Wow.
It's a breathing crumb, full of holes like Swiss cheese.
May I?
There you go. It smells like France. It smells like France. This is what France would smell like. Here you go, the sourdough baguette. After that, we'll check out the sourdough starter with good cheese. Can I try a bite? Of course, go ahead with some good cheese.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is the sourdough baguette. Oh my God, with a good cheese from Haute-Savoie over there.
Oh my God.
So there you go. And here we have the big mystery. It's the sourdough. That's where the secret is. Everything is made with sourdough. Why? Is it the ingredients? Just smell it and you'll see. It's strong.
Yeah, it smells, yeah.
You need some potato to make the dough rise, and that's what it is. Actually, it's a sourdough starter made from apples.
All right.
We ferment the apple, mix it with flour, and that's it. But I won't share the recipe because I don't want anyone copying me.
It smells like fermentation.
It smells like fermentation, and that's what we use to make our dough, whether it's for bread or pastries. All our dough is made with sourdough. And that's what gives the product its quality.
And so the dough is made here.
This is called a Tradi Levain. It's a machine that costs €10,000. Every day we put our recipes in it and it mixes automatically. It just refreshes everything. And the recipe, is it personal to you and your brother? Oh yes, it's a recipe. We even had bakers who came from Haute-Savoie, bakers we helped out, who were just starting in the trade and didn't have any sourdough. Sourdough must be stored long term. That's what gives the product its quality. The more you refresh and preserve it, the more flavor it will have. As a result, bakers sometimes travel 150 to 200 kilometers to see us and request sourdough. And we help out, of course, we help everyone, and that's how we work. We try to do our job. Tomorrow I might need you, just like you need me, just like I need someone else, and so on. That's the job. So we feel a bit like a family in the bakery. We tell ourselves, if I need him today, maybe he'll need me tomorrow. That's how it works. And that's how we manage to preserve this gastronomy, protect it, and make it last. Above all, train our youth. That's the goal. It's for these young people coming out of school to have a job, to have a future. This company we're trying to save trains these young people, and it allows them to have a job, especially in gastronomy, and simply a job with a future.
And how is it going here?
It's going well. Everything's fine.
Why did you pick such a tough job?
The job is tough and has many drawbacks, but
You have to get up early.
you have to-
You have to be rigorous in what you do.
yeah,
It's a bit very rigorous.
it's a job of passion.
And yes. And what made you want to do this?
I began in restaurants, then moved into bakery and pastry.
And why? Because
I liked it since I was young. I really liked it. Then when I got into this job, it's a good job. It's just the hours. When you're young, you don't realize it, but having a wife, kids, and family life can be restrictive.
what time do you get up?
I get up at 3 in the morning when I start my day.
3 in the morning? Unthinkable for me.
That's very early. Before we used to work at night, it was even harder. So
So that's your work schedule from 3 in the morning until what time?
until 12:30 or 1 o'clock,
All right, then you go home.
then I usually sleep all afternoon.
And do you get up again in the evening?
No, after that I get up again at 3 in the morning.
Okay, so actually you're on a different schedule.
And before, it was worse because before we used to work at night, so before it was even much harder.
What made you want to do this instead of easier jobs?
It's a job that has a future, and it's a job you can do in any country. That's it. It's a job that requires skill. It's a job with a lot of future. It's a job without borders.
Yes, that's true.
We can go to Spain, America, or any country. There you go. That's a skill.
Which is actually valued.
It's a highly valued skill. If a colleague next to you knows how to do it, that's all it is, a skill.
And you, how old are you?
Me, I'm 40.
40, okay, you look younger.
Yeah, I look younger.
You look younger, I thought you were about 25.
No, I'm 40.
You're 40, all right, okay.
So I have quite a bit of experience.
And when you were young, because you know there are a lot of young people who look for the easy way out, they'll get on welfare, work as little as possible and so on. At some point, you made a decision, you said, no, I'm going to get a job.
No, I'm going to get a job. I want to get trained. And back then it was more like you just had to work, you know?
Back then it was less, that's it.
It's not the same generation as today.
What do you think of today's generations?
I worry. Oh, really? As a parent, I worry about the future.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah, because the new generation that's taking over isn't what it used to be back in the day.
That's right.
So back then there was sacrifice, but after that there were results. Whereas now young people today don't really want to make sacrifices. It's not easy. So there are always compromises to be made. In every profession afterwards.
Of course.
Young people, they need to hold on to this French know-how that's being lost year after year, because that's what's happening. It's a tough job. You must give your all and put in the effort. There's fatigue standing for hours, but we do what's needed. Then, remind yourself it's a job and try to look further ahead. You have to tell yourself, I'm learning a skill, but how can I use it to my own advantage tomorrow? And even sharing that, it's wonderful, obviously, of course.
So, concretely, do you stay standing at this position? Yeah. Very concretely, you're standing and you do your preparations for several hours in a row.
I did it for the first time there. Today is my second day.
Chocolat croissant.
Chocolat croissant, apple turnover, raisin bread. All right. So,
And who is it that you have? Is it, for example, is it Ali who comes, who shows you how to do it?
that's right. It's Ali and his team. Yesterday, they showed us all day. And then, well, it's very, very repetitive, that too. Yesterday, I made 800 chocolate croissants by hand. That's why I said I made 800 chocolate croissants. Just placing them like that while rolling. Those who aren't interested will quit immediately, saying this isn't for them. And that's why these are true professions. As my colleague said, it's a job for passionate people. It's really a job for passionate people. It's a job that, how should I say, you have to be motivated to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, really.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hopefully the situation gets better.
Yes, for them, of course.
That's all I have. But there are all those who came before me, and I hope that all those who come after me will learn the craft. Because without our bakeries in general, without our artisanal bakeries and pastry shops, thank you, the craft will be lost. So the goal of keeping businesses like this is also to preserve this know-how that is passed down through internships and trades.
And which is a part of France's identity. Also, without bakeries, France would be less like France.
Exactly, so it's a shame, it really is. In the end, every neighborhood, every small town has its bakery, so it's part of the history, it's part of it.
Of course.
Often we go to buy bread, you know, it's, how can I say, it's not buying your bread anymore, not buying your chocolate bread anymore, not anymore. The places where we're used to going, they lose their charm. Yes, of course, they lose their charm.
Thank you, Oussama. I'll let you get back to work.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try Oussama's mini pain au chocolat.
With sourdough. With sourdough.
Smells like chocolate bread. So far, so good. There's some crunch. It's good. You can tell it's crispy. The chocolate is definitely there. I'm doing my Top Chef thing and about to taste it. Tasting.
All right, tasting.
All right, I have a little setup, you see?
Ah, it's good. Generous with chocolate. A flavor that's really present. You can really taste it. The sourdough, it's just crazy. Sourdough puff pastry.
No, but the sourdough puff pastry.
The sourdough puff pastry. No, but honestly, it's good.
It's a shame it's a mini. The large one stays softer. Obviously, it's better, that's it.
You mean it dries faster? A small one?
A small one dries faster. So there you go, homemade pastries, right? And everything that comes with it. Well, today is a quiet day. It's vacation time. That's why there is.
Earlier at noon, it was crowded here.
But it's vacation. After the vacation, you have to come see, you know, it's crazy. It is. It's a factory. We're really killing it, that's the truth. We're working really well, and I swear it hurts me. Yes, of course, it makes me sad to see all this collapse. Honestly, it's...
If nothing is done, don't move, but there might still be a reaction.
I hope they'll find us a solution. I really would. I really wish.
There's no reason. Like, they're people just like you and me. I mean, they have a heart, they see things I do. Well, if we need to talk, we need to discuss, you know.
That's it, we have to go.
For them, the thing is, you see, they're in a...
These public utilities as if we weren't useful too.
That's it, they're in an ideology. They've got something, they've got a road, a highway there. They're paving the way ahead of them. They absolutely want it.
That's it, that's how it is.
It's not like that. In life, you need to interact with people and pay attention to your surroundings.
You have to interact, that's it. And that's what's missing, unfortunately.
It's dialogue.
It's dialogue. It's through dialogue that we move forward, of course. Of course, it's not by crushing your neighbor.
Exactly, but dialogue is the opposite of war, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the opposite.
About war, of course.
That's true.
So if you stop talking, you start a war?
Yeah. That's a shame, that's sad, that's sad.
How are you? Do you come here to eat often?
Yeah, I come here often,
Yeah. So what? Thanks. And so it's amazing to see Ali in these?
but it's a disaster. Why? It's actually one of the best. Great bakery with a wide selection of homemade items.
I can attest to that, it's very good.
And honestly, it's hard to find a bakery where you have such a variety, but at the same time, it's also kind of a meeting place. Yeah. So actually, that's where you realize that sometimes choices are made. No, I don't know. Is it about money? You wonder what the point is?
It ruins lives, including Ali and his brother.
It can destroy lives. Yeah.
And the people who work with him.
Can you imagine all the time they spent building that? Yeah, building the reputation, bringing people in. Even if we move them somewhere else, it would take too much time for them. Of course, too much time. And even for the people who are there, all the people who come there. I drive here from far away, but my gym is close by. Honestly, I travel here because it's that good. And then After a while, we became friends with people. It's always the same. By coming often, we became friends with people. So it can really be a social place.
And without the parking here, you wouldn't come?
No, it's impossible. My car is here. If I didn't have a car, I wouldn't come either. It's too far. Where am I supposed to park? There's nowhere.
In the first video, I got quite a few comments from people who were saying, but Ali, go to Canada, Japan, the United States, you'd make a fortune. For real.
I know, but I was born in France. It's hard for me to leave. That's my issue. It's that my parents are here. I was born here. I have all my siblings. I have my childhood friends and everything. But yeah, it's true that unfortunately...
We came close.
It's okay. Campina.
So this is butter for making croissants.
This is butter.
That's funny. I didn't know croissants had their own butter.
We use 82% special butter to make croissants. All right, yeah, okay. 1871 Campina, there you go.
That's good butter.
This cold room lets us store raw materials. It's chilly, right?
I was about to say that.
So our rooms allow us to store our raw materials. And as you saw, it's fully compliant, meaning we refresh it every year. So a painter comes, does some work, and it's like new. That's it. We have a company called Manu Riva, which is based in the 42 in Saint-Etienne. He's a nice guy. His name is Manu, and he does all the maintenance for our company, meaning all the equipment.
That's right.
There you go.
You work neatly, right?
The goal is to create wealth and make companies succeed. To show that it's a company that's here that is healthy and above all does noble things. And that's our love. It's the love of the craft. It's a shame because we wanted to redo this parking lot. We planted olive trees, there are flowers, there's everything. But since we see that we might unfortunately get expropriated, well, we didn't really want to fix everything up. But we'd love to. We'd still like to add beautiful things here. It's a shame we don't know where we're going or what will happen. I think it's a shame and it's sad, but I hope we'll find solutions and save our jobs and that we'll finally be listened to, heard, and supported. And that's what we're asking for. We really want support. We don't want to end up as nobodies. That would be a shame. That's it, quite simply.
Thank you, Ali. In any case, I'm with you.
Thank you very much.
I'm with you from the bottom of my heart. And I invite everyone who comes to or passes through Lyon or Braun to stop by your bakery.
Thank you.
Whether it's to support you.
Our goal is to create jobs and keep making these wonderful things. And long live France, long live...
Long live France. It thrives because of you.
That's it. Of course, yes, we get up every day for that, and we're happy to do it. And I hope that all businesses will be saved, and that the economy will recover, and that people will get back to work. And that's the goal. The goal is for our young people to learn a trade and to have a sense of professionalism. They aren't people who are asleep, high, or on drugs. And it's a shame. It's a shame because I have children myself, and I'm afraid for my children. I would like them tomorrow to follow in their father's footsteps and move forward. And that's the goal, quite simply.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Long live France.
Long live the homeland, of course, but long live France, of course. 1,000 times. 1,000 times? To leave the city, you must navigate a labyrinth with the Minotaur at the end.
We've had a problem with these squatters for 3 years. I've contacted the prefecture and city hall 3 times, but nothing happens.
Several months later, are things going better?
I really wanted to show you this area because it's so emblematic of administrative and urban planning stupidity. It's just so nonsensical.